and I don't hurt any ears. I just want to pace myself and be able to save this throat since I do this every week. It helps me so much. Look at Song of Solomon, everybody, chapter 5. Song of Solomon, chapter 5. There it goes a little bit right there. Thank you. A little bit more. It went up a little bit then. We'll get it set. We won't want to fool with it anymore. Song of Solomon. Thank you, brother. Song of Solomon 5. I want you to look with me. Song of Solomon, anytime you get into it, it is a story of a man and woman that's deeply in love. You got to watch how you preach it in mixed company because it can get embarrassing. So I tell people, dumb preachers cannot preach Song of Solomon. You will run everybody off. But remember, as we read it and preach it and teach it, God gave us Song of Solomon, and it's as important as Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. He put it in there because He wants us to preach it in mixed company. So as you get into Song of Solomon, you've got a man, a woman, a bridegroom and a bride, the Lord and His church. They love each other. They really do. Even the bride loves the groom. But there's a disconnect and something's wrong. Brother, we're going to have to go down now a little bit. I'm sorry. It went up on me. A story of a man and woman that's deeply in love, but there's a disconnect here, and I'm going to show you what's going on because it's parallel to where we are today. It's identical to where we are right now. Now, before I read this text, let you know, people hear me preach, and they go, man, I bet you're third or fourth generation Spirit-filled preacher, aren't you? Dad or mom's side or both. And I blow their mind when I say neither one. I wasn't raised in Spirit-filled circles. I was raised as a Missouri Synod Lutheran. A Missouri Synod Lutheran in South Arkansas. My grandfather came over from West Berlin, Germany, as a full-blood German Lutheran and established it as a lay member in New Orleans and moved up to South Arkansas. I was born again at 19 years old, filled with the Spirit at 19 years old. Full-time evangelism, I started at 22 years old, not knowing where I was going. That was 30 plus years ago. And so I began to observe as I traveled around. And I tell people, don't just read the Bible only, but observe what works and what doesn't. Observe the culture and understand that the culture don't change the Word of God. That the Word of God is to change the cultures. Whether you're in Russia, America, Japan, Africa, whatever. The Word of God changes the culture. You don't change the Word to preach it different in Africa because they're Africans. It's the same thing with our culture in the United States. We've let the culture affect the Word. The pulpits are guilty. They've let culture affect the Word of God, and they've changed it up so much. Now watch it. That they've changed the method even to such a degree you can cross the line with the method, start messing with the message. So I see guys that focus all the time on the method. That's the reason they can't preach. They dwell on the method. What are we going to do next? What are we going to do? The what's. They forget the who. What are we going to do? Where are we going to go? Conference. Let's what. Let's do all the what's. And they change the method so much you don't even recognize the message anymore. So everything has got balance to it, balance, that you got to understand it's all about the message.